Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get notified for any new reads that are being posted, please feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so that you can get those notifications. It definitely helps out the channel. This read is going to be for Leo. Leo, seeing that during the cycle of this read is strongly being influenced by the element of water. The element of water is represented in the eastern wind as the soul is teaching the spirit of true self, specifically lessons in regard to perception. I am seeing that come through in regard to men. I'm seeing that eastern wind being represented in experiences that only happen in America, so take that as it resonates, as well as the experience of being Zen. So the perception of being Zen, things that only happen in America, and men are all things that I'm seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about during the cycle of this read. And like I said, that is coming by the way of the eastern wind, which is strongly influenced and involved in the element water, that's strongly influencing things during the cycle of this read. I'm also seeing that the water element represents beginning, and the Egyptian deity Anubis is strongly involved in that eastern wind as well. I'm also seeing that the moon is strongly involved in things that are happening during the cycle of this read. Things that happen on a 28-day cycle, as the moon goes through an orbital cycle every 27 days, and then the new one starts on, the 28th day. Then I'm also seeing, the moon has to do with monthly changes, memory, and emotions associated with those changes. And then I'm also seeing that the planet Saturn is also influencing things during the cycle of this read. And Saturn goes through an orbital cycle every 30 years. And Saturn specifically influences and is the reason for you experiencing things that have to do with karmic lessons. So take it as it resonates. So I'm seeing that the ego within the spirit of true self is seeking security and winning. So you may be winning something. Your ego is seeking security and winning something. So take it as it resonates. I'm also seeing that even with the things that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about during the cycle of the read with the eastern wind, in regard to you learning a lesson about perception, the spirit of true self is sending messages, to you, the one that has to balance it all out. So I'm seeing the ego totem, where the spirit of true self is sending a message saying to rise above and to widen and broaden your idea of vision and wisdom. Then I'm also seeing the circle of life energy, where spirit is saying that I give you my blessing to accomplish your quest. So you got broadening your perspective on men, things that happen only in America, being Zen, like a sense of peace, and you possibly going on that journey. And the gender does not have to be specific, though. I'm just seeing that during the cycle of this read, the perception is based around men. Then I'm also seeing, there we go again, the spirit of water. So with the spirit of water, spirit of true self is saying to return to the source of the feminine for purification. So this could be about like a balance between divine masculine and feminine energy within oneself. So your gender does not have to be specific on what we talk about during the cycle of this read. I'm also seeing electricity having a lot to do with it as well. So some angel messages that did come through are in the near future. Trust. That is the overall angel message for the read. So based on things that have happened during the cycle of the read, which we will talk about, I'm just seeing that that's the point of why everything has happened the way that it happened during the cycle of the read, so you have like a point of reference when it comes to things that happen in the future. Yeah, so the overall emotions that are associated with the read are that opportunities are coming for you to remain calm or to feel calm, for you not to be angry. This is a natural read, so the energy was offered to me naturally for me to be able to give you this read, so thank you. And you may have been feeling vulnerable during this read, or during the cycle of what was going on during this time in your life. That's really what I'm speaking on. For you to remain optimistic, for you not to feel miserable, and for you not to feel guilty. Okay? So I am seeing the dragonfly energy strongly influencing things during the cycle of this read, or the overall energy of the read, really. In this order: the dragonfly energy for you to feel lighthearted and to adapt. So it's a time of adaptability for things, as things are changing. I'm seeing that you're finding out things, things coming to the light, more specifically, so that you go through those experiences, especially with the Saturn energy being involved in the karmic lessons during the cycle of this read. All of the changes that have been happening, all the things that may have come to the light, are for you to become lighter in your experience and not weighed down and heavier by the karmic, let's just say, kickback from whatever it is that you inherited by the way of your bloodline. The thing about this is, only you are the one that's chosen to overcome those challenges. So being able to go through it and overcome it sets not just you free, though also your bloodline. And that's why I think that the angel energy is coming through with that message, saying that in the near future, trust. So as I said, things changing, coming to the light, obviously karmic lessons being learned. And then I'm seeing that one of the challenges that you went through during the cycle of the read is the chaser energy. I'm seeing that there were some challenges that you dealt with in regard to abandonment and chasing, after someone, or someone chasing after you, and something having to do with codependent type of energies. I'm seeing that that was something that you were challenged with during the cycle of the read, a challenge that you inherited by the way of your bloodline with the Saturn energy. And with the element water, that marks the beginning of something new. So I'm just seeing that a karmic lesson was learned, and some spiritual maturity and growth is how it is that you are able to move forward. So I'm seeing that things came to light. There was that challenge of like the fear of being abandoned and having to confront that, or any type of codependencies. And then I'm seeing that the snake energy is what came after that, in regard to feeling like you have to look over your shoulder, feeling like you can't trust someone, right? Or feeling like you're in competition, or that there is some type of enemy or other woman or other man, right? Then I'm seeing passion. So after that snake energy, there was some type of passion where there were, strong chemistry, sparks, and having fun, having an equal interest, or some type of burning desire. Like I said, Saturn is strongly involved with the things that you were experiencing during the cycle of this read. So the overall emotion for you not to be miserable and not to feel guilty about these things that you're experiencing is just. And I use that specific word because that's the energy that you're in during the cycle of the read. And as I said, you've inherited these challenges by the way of your bloodline. You have no control over the fact that you had to go through what it is that you went through. And the fact that you have the strength and the ability to overcome those challenges is something that is of equal interest to the God that created all of us. and essentially the ego within you that wants to feel safe, that wants to feel secure in any type of relationship, and you shouldn't have to feel abandoned. And that's especially if it's mutual and equal interest with the passion card, as well as you shouldn't feel like you have to be in competition with anyone if you are in equal interest with the person that you're in a partnership or relationship with. So I'm seeing that you went through what it is that you went through so that you can get clarity and, like I said, be guided with that spirit of water energy that reinforces the purification of the thoughts and the ideas within the mind, so that you get clarity within the balance between the divine masculine and feminine energy that make you what you are. Okay? Then I'm seeing the heartbroken card in reverse. I'm seeing that you weren't deeply hurt or sad. You weren't feeling lost, you weren't grieving or in despair, and there wasn't any type of breakup. And what actually happened was a graceful coming out of that karmic lesson. So you learned your lesson and you were able to move past it gracefully. And I'm seeing that with this Phoenix energy that brought things full circle for you, or will bring things full circle for you, because in the near future, trust, right? With that Phoenix energy marks a new phase, rekindling things that maybe you feel like were lost, growing and having a new mindset, and essentially rising from the ashes. So overcoming that challenge, that fear that you faced about being abandoned, or overcoming codependencies, confronting and letting go of any type of competition, because honestly, like, there's probably there shouldn't be any type of competition, especially if you are in equal interest and in a mutual state with you and your partner, or the people that are involved in whatever the matters of trust are in regard to this relationship or family or partnership, okay? And if there's passion, you know, there's love, there's trust, and there's ability to move on, right? So with the electricity energy, I am seeing there's some power being involved. And I'm just seeing like the correlation between water being a conductor for power. So if you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me for me to be able to share the message with you. So thank you. Like I did say before, it was a natural offering. It just came natural to me. So thank you. And that energy was the Six of Cups energy, where there was a dynamic established between you and someone else. Well, that's what the Six of Cups energy represents. Like a healthy relationship built on trust. And when I say the dynamic between you and another person or a group of people, take it how it resonates. The dynamic is that there's trust, there's support, there's guidance, and thank you for, offering me that kind of energy, or for me to be able to be that resource or, tool in time for others, okay? This energy was offered to me, like I said, naturally, or being perceived as like hardworking. That hardworking comes through several times in regard to this energy, as well as glorious. So I'm just seeing it as an honor to be in this kind of position or energy for you, by the way of nature. Then the energy that I see you in is justice. Well, that's one of the reasons why I said the word that I said earlier when I said for things to be just, in regard to the energy that I see you in during the cycle of the read, is justice, right? You are being received as likable, attractive, adorable, very quick, like it's a quick justice and exciting. So take that as it resonates. Like I'm just seeing something coming in quick for you, something like that you attracted to yourself, something that will satisfy you. And like I said, it's exciting to be in this kind of energy. So let's get into the read. In the past position during the cycle of the read, I am seeing that you were in the 9 of Pentacles energy. So with the 9 of Pentacles energy, it is like someone that's financially satisfied, abundant, fruitful, right? Even to the point where you live well. I'm hearing lavish. And at the same time, you also are able to enjoy the little things in life as well. So there's like a, you know, a flow to it, to the way that the money comes in for you, okay? I'm also seeing that you were in this 9 of Pentacles energy as like that was normal for you to be, you know, making good money. And it's not foreign to you, not complicated at all for you to be thriving in an energy like that. And I'm also seeing that the way that you were making the money was just. So I'm not seeing anyone that's doing anything like harmful or bad to like earn money, okay? Then I'm saying that you were in the Queen of Pentacles energy, or this could represent someone that is in your life, okay? With the Queen of Pentacles energy, this is someone that is financially abundant, stable. They make good financial decisions, as well as can even be charitable in how it is that they manage their money, and what it is that they do with their money, their time. With this Queen of Pentacles energy, like I said, it may be about you or someone in your life. There is a divine masculine and feminine energy balancing itself out during the cycle of this read. So take it as it resonates. So this Queen of Pentacles is being received as delightful, refreshing, and very intelligent and smart. And the gender is not specific, so take it as it resonates. So we have making a lot of money, making really good money, as well as like that being our normal, right? Then being in this Queen of Pentacles energy, refreshing, delightful, smart, intelligent, and even charitable. Then towards the end of the cycle of the read, I am seeing that you were in the 9 of Swords reversed energy, where you had to overcome some type of disappointment. The only thing that I'm seeing that could possibly been associated with whatever kind of disappointment that you experienced and I had to do all of that, is because the challenge that you went through with the fear of being abandoned and chasing codependency. And I can see, based on the position of Saturn, right, and its influence on things during the cycle of this read, and the karmic lessons, and this like really specifically the position of where this is in the cycle of the read, is that karmic lesson came to an end in regard to why it is that you went through what it is that you went through. And the karmic lesson was heartbreak, right? So even as you may have experienced some type of disappointment, okay, associated with some type of heartbreak, I'm just hearing like, though you're not heartbroken, and instead you're being received as like very attractive and well-scented and not flashy or showy. And God's timing is divine and perfect. So if this is the point in the read where you're hearing ringing in your noise, you're hearing ringing or noises in your ears, then this part is definitely about you, because you overcame that challenge and you have attracted to you the energy that you need in your life to be able to gracefully move forward and broaden your perspective of what being a man or being a woman, or however it is that you identify yourself, someone that moves in love, what that really means to you. okay? Because this is about what happens in your perspective, specifically here in America, like we said, as well as navigating what that Zen is and what it means to you, and how you essentially have a divine blessing to move forward because you're acknowledged as someone that grew from and learned from and set yourself free from the karmic lessons that have been passed on to you. Okay, so number one, congratulations. And number two, welcome to the beginning of the next phase of your life. I hope that wherever it is that your mind has brought you to in regard to being more peaceful and more zen, this new chapter is number 3, you rising from the ashes. So let's talk about your future. First thing that I'm seeing for your future is the 2 of Rods. That scripture, thy rod and thy staff are with me. I'm seeing that God is trusting you to be able to do what is right. Like giving you the tools that you need to continue on this journey and build upon what makes your story great. And essentially also trusting God and allowing God to lead you and guide you and, being supported in the ways that you're divinely being guided. Remaining pure in your thoughts, your ideas, and just staying on that path, okay? So with the 2 of Rods, it is also essentially saying like the ball is in your court. So govern yourself the way that you feel you need to in a respectable way. And continue to allow Spirit to guide you so that you always see the bigger picture of things, even as you're having your own individual experience, okay? With you in this 2 of Rods, I am seeing you with that passion type of energy where there's an equal interest. You are moving forward romantically with that trust, which is why this word just keeps coming out of my mouth, right? In the near future, the angel message is to trust. So surely one of these staffs that you may have in your hand, one of the things that the 2 of Rods has in his hand is the world, and then the other is a staff. And I'm just seeing that staff that you may be using as a tool to govern yourself moving forward is trust. This could be in God, or in the world, or in your relationship, or the Holy Trinity, right? All in one. However it is that you, as an individual or a sovereign entity or being, are navigating through your reality, are you doing it with grace? Okay? You are going to be received as understood, that you know that this is your assignment. So move accordingly, okay? Then I'm seeing, as I did say before in the beginning, there was that message that opportunities are coming. So keep that in mind. Then I'm seeing that you will be in the Queen of Swords energy, or this Queen of Swords energy will be in your life. This is someone that sets boundaries. Gender is not specific. However, this is someone that does not take no shit and is led by their truth and justice to guard and guide and protect themselves from pretty much any and everything, right? So this Queen of Swords energy is coming through as like a spiritual force, though. I just want to be very transparent and clear that is how this person is coming through. So this could be an angel, a guardian, an ancestor, even a spirit guide, or a friend. It could be someone here like in this actual realm or dimension, though you see this person represented as a spiritual matriarch, is what I'm seeing and also hearing. So this could either be how someone is seeing you, only you know if this is you in this Queen of Swords energy, or it could be someone that's in your life, and again, only you would know if that's you or if it's another person. Regardless, this person sets boundaries. They're led by their truth and justice. And in this kind of energy, they are defensive. Okay? So I'm not really seeing that this person is going to be, what's the word? As gentle with how it is that they address certain things. Though you may be surprised because they are coming through as spiritual and inspired. So there may be a sense of gentleness with the truth that's coming from their mouth. This Queen of Swords is also being received as very lavish, like luxurious, like well taken care of, well provided for. And it is coming down from the Queen of Pentacles energy. So this could be you that's in this energy manifesting another milestone in how it is that you can operate. Everybody doesn't just have one face, right? So what I am seeing, and I mean that, you know, take it as it resonates. So with the Queen of Swords energy, I am seeing that this is the Queen of Swords normal, to be in that kind of energy, to be a protector, to be in defense and protection mode. And I'm strongly getting like vibes that this is like that moon energy, because this energy is coming across as like very protective and defensive of specifically emotions and memories, and being like that spiritual force to overcome those karmic lessons, right? So take it as it resonates. That's the Queen of Swords energy. And then, like I said, as the Phoenix energy does bring things into fruition for the cycle of this read, recognizing that new phase and rising from the ashes. If you came into things during the cycle of the read as the Queen of Pentacles, overcoming heartbreak and disappointment, and then coming out of it with the rod and the staff in your hand, being guided by God, and then having to defend the world or protect the world or put boundaries up in regard to how people interact with you in the world that you're protecting in one hand and then governing with trust in another. That's the rising out of the ashes Phoenix type of energy. Okay? So then, as far into your future as I can see, is you in this world energy. And that's just showing me that broader perspective kind of energy with that eagle totem and the circle of life energy that spirit, you know, is trying to give you clarity on with the spirit of water. Is like, this is all a part of God's plan. Okay? And I just think that it's interesting because the first card that came out in regard to your future is you holding the world in your hand. Is you holding the world in your hand with the staff in the other. And then you being in this Queen of Swords energy, if this is you. And then the world energy being as far into your future as I can see. So naturally, as I have been offered the energy to be able to give you this read as a point of support and guidance to you, I hope that you are seeing where it is that I'm coming from. Okay, so with the world energy, you are coming across as very trustworthy, very honest and reliable, magical, enchanting, and not insulting or boisterous or anything like that. Okay? So to you, Leo, I do thank you so much for the offering of time for me to be able to share this message with you. I hope that as far as your perspectives that you're gathering of what only happens in America, the things that Spirit is trying to teach you about life and having purified and renewed thoughts and being connected and balanced between the divine feminine and masculine energies in your life really do help give you that clear sense of vision and what it is that you want to do, what the idea or thought process is around winning mean to you, as surely opportunities are coming and karmic debts obviously have been paid off as pathways have been cleared for you. I love you all so much. Wish you the best of luck, and I will see you all next time. Bye.